Hello everyone and welcome back to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate Prowler Only. Last time we took on Bolt Reaver Astalos G5, and this time we will be taking on Silverwind Nargacuga G5. This is not going to be a great hunt. Already used a Red Helmer, which we had a lot of trouble with dealing enough damage to him in time. Here we have Silverwind Nargacuga, which is also not a great monster, has only one real good hit zone, which is the head, similar to Red Helmar's Rose. And the rest of his body is really just covered in not great hit zones. Thunder Element is okay on it, and that's what we'll be using today. And unfortunately, they do also just have 3 monsters here, which is going to make it even harder to just deal a lot of damage to them. Red Helmar's Rust will appear at 30% of the first Silverwind's health, and then once we take down both of those, which will focus Silverwind first, and then we'll take down Red Helm, then the final Silverwind with a bunch of health will appear, and we'll have to fight it. Going over our weapons, if you have the Light Fatalis Rod, use it. It's going to be better than this one. We can do it with this Legia Anchor double, or XR, not double cross, but it is going to take a little bit longer because it's not the best we can have. Again, it's possible, but I recommend getting the Fatalis Rod first. If you've been able to do Red Helm G5 solo, then you should, in theory, be able to do White Fatalis solo, but we'll cover that when we get to it. Our armor is just for raw. Silverwind does not have any element to it at all, so just raw armor. So we'll have the 294 from the Grimclaw and the 166 from the Hellblade. You can swap those as well. They're both the same, just regular defense-wise. For our gear, since it is on the Sacred Pinnacle, I believe, or the Sacred Pinnacle, we have no Monster Jar or anything like that. I recommend, if you do have it, go ahead and grab Tremor Resistance. Red Helm is going to be very much a pain. Silverwind is an anti-range monster, while Red Helm is an anti-melee monster. And that's kind of how they work. Silverwind is ranged, Red Helm is close range. So when you are fighting Silverwind, you're wanting to stay close to it, and we'll get into that later. But Red Helm, whenever it does appear, really likes to use its Butt Slam, which has massive area of effect for its Tremor. I highly recommend Tremor Resist. We are not using it because we don't have it. In fact, I really need to get rid of Non-Stick Fur, but there's not really much else I can apply here without giving up critical up S. Earplugs aren't that important. That can be helpful, but I'm not going to be too worried about it. Of course, for our support moves, since it is on the Sacred Pinnacle, we cannot lay traps, so we'll just be using our standard Go Fight Win and Mega Boomerangs, regular Boomerang buffs, and then our Soothing Roll. Very effective. We shouldn't have too much trouble. The first hunt I did of it, we did faint, but then the second hunt, we lost 2 acorns, and that was it. We didn't die to it. It's a monster you'll have to get used to it, and I definitely think it's the hardest deviant for cats, just because of how it plays. It is a very interesting monster, specifically talking about Silverwind here. You actually have to fight. So we'll go ahead and take the quest, and we'll head on out. Okay, so as per usual, we'll do the entire hunt. The last quest I did of this took about 45 minutes. Well, actually 43 minutes, actually. First one took over 45 minutes. And how you're wanting to play Silverwind here is closing the gaps it likes to create. A lot of Silverwind's moves, and if you watch Silverwind Cross, same thing there. You're trying to close gaps because its moveset really likes to force it away. It likes to kite you and get at a range that it's comfortable with. That way it doesn't have to do head turns or things like that. You want to try to cut off a straight line of sight from you, Nargacuga, and get close to it. He does do tail sweeps, which are very wide, so there is a specific range you want to get in. There was the kind of bait tail sweep where he does a fake one into a actual strong one. And as per usual, we know Silverwind is a ranged monster. Again, we want to stay close to him. That way he's going to whiff more attacks than he would if we were at range, because that's where he plans to use his attacks. And this is definitely one of the fights you're sheathing a lot more with cats because you are trying to close the gaps. Either way, I'll go ahead and try to call out the attacks and go over how we dodge them. Right now, he's just doing a head turn, which is great. He's doing a pounce. Sometimes this is double, sometimes it isn't. This one seems to be a double. He can interrupt that with a side hop or a hop like that and then immediately combo the last one. There's a tail slam. He's not doing it twice, which is great. We'll just kind of keep going for the face here if we can. We're not really too worried about it because we do just need to get our buffs right now. Gauge is more important. He'll do these little homing spikes into the air, and anytime he does a side jump, try to assume he's going to pounce. Usually he will, and that's why you want to assume. It's not a thing where he'll occasionally do it. It's pretty much all the time. Here comes a right sweep. We'll just dodge into it. Again, that does shoot stuff out, but the closer you are to it, the easier it is to just assume you'll be hit by it and not have to worry about even being hit randomly by the blade that comes out of it. Go ahead and apply our big boomerangs here. He's at range here, so remember, we want to try to close the gap. It is nice that we do have our adept dodges, but he is a combo heavy monster, so you can be comboed out of that sometimes. Go to the right here, go ahead and throw a boomerang out. See what he does next. He's doing a homing shot into the air. He can do that 3 times sometimes if he's just standing there, or he can use kind of an evade shot like the dual blades in a Monster Hunter World, where they will shoot out a slinger burst as they're dodging. That's pretty much what he's doing there. He's evading and then throwing out a spike shot. Here comes a pounce. Not even actually getting an adept dodge off of that. That's fine with us. Here comes the sweep. It's a fake out. His tail will shine, not his shell. His tail will shine, and it will give you a pretty clear indicator, especially with the noise as well, that he's fixing to do a 1 to the right and then do a full sweep to the side that'll shoot out a pretty long horizontal beam. I do believe that the evade times for the beams and the actual physical tail hitbox are the same. So if you are used to dodging Nargacuga, it's very similar there. He's always been a fast monster that you can, easily iframe with your base iframes. It's just much more dangerous here because he's dealing a lot more damage. He's gonna do a couple of pounces here, I assume, so we'll actually lead our shots into that and pre-fire. Throw one more boomerang at his face. He's gonna do the pounces again, so just kind of stay off to the side. Staying off to the side is safe. You just want to make sure you're not in the range of those tail hitboxes whenever they do go out. He did a double tail slam there, so we're perfectly fine to just move with that. And as long as you're moving, you should be fine. The only thing that can catch you while you were just running with your weapon unsheathed is this tail sweep here, and then just the horizontal tail sweep. That's more of a diagonal one. Oh, he did that. That is a very deceptive attack. So he'll jump back sometimes, and he'll combo it sometimes he won't. But you saw there that he actually did do a pounce off of it. It is very deceptive. There's no real tell as far as I can tell. And there's a quick actual horizontal sweep. That one comes up pretty quick, but there's still plenty of time to realize it because it just looks like the normal Nargacuga sweep. Wait and see what he does. Okay, he's just doing that little evade shot there. We're doing another one. We just want to wait for those to go down. They do track you pretty quickly. And you might get enough time to throw a Mega Boomerang out and Adept dodge it if you're playing an Adept cat, but the hitbox is oddly large, so don't try to position out of the way of it. He's just going to pounce here. We'll wait and see what he does. Okay, good. Just kind of throw boomerangs here. He's going to do that, but we get actually a flinch on him, so that's good. A couple of boomerangs there. He's doing an evade shot. Close the distance on him. He did a side hop into a pounce. Remember, those side hops pretty much always lead into a pounce. Not always, but you want to assume they will. All right, he's doing another evade shot. We'll see if he does a side hop. He does not, so that means he's not going to follow it up yet. Does another evade shot. Now, what's he going to do? He's doing a fake sweep into a real one. I do believe if you dodge early enough or late enough, you will actually just dodge the main tail hitbox if you hit the first one. He's going to double jump whenever he does the roar here. Regular Nargacuga only does a singular jump whenever he goes into his rage mode. This one will do 2, so always account for that. His roar range is not very large, so you can actually be pretty close to him to throw a Mega Boomerang while he is just doing his roar animation. All right, boomerang out. Looks like he's going to pounce maybe. Nope. He just finished the pounce combo. He's going to do the double tail slam. Sometimes he'll only do one tail slam and go into his fake sweep. So make sure you account for that. It's actually not the fake sweep. It's actually the real one. It's the really quick one. He's just doing the tail slams though since he's focusing on our cats. We get another flinch, which is nice. We'll keep going for that face. Throw one more at the face. He's going to do the tail slams again. And here's the sweep. It's not the fake one, remember, because his tail doesn't shine and he doesn't do a fake sweep before he does the real one. All right, here it comes again. We'll go to the left. Just doing a pounce though, that's fine with us. We'll do a turnaround pounce as well. That'll kind of negate some of his head turns. And the hitbox on the tail slam is very large with the blades that come out of it. Of course, you always know that Nargacuga's tail slams are very large hitbox wise anyways. And that really doesn't, it's not an exception to his blades. It is just the exact same. Maybe a little bit smaller, but not enough to, try to lab out. Because you're just running away from it anyways. You should be fine if you are running from it. Don't try to be too greedy. It's going to do this. I'll just dodge. If you're moving enough at a certain range, you should be fine to just get past that long beam. But sometimes you may be hit by it if he's aiming at another player or something like that. So you want to just assume and dodge into it. It's not like it eats into too much of your time. And if it does, it's because you adept dodged it and you would have been hit by it anyways. Tail slam into another one. Perfectly fine to just do this, reapply our buffs, and then close the distance. And that's what you're pretty much doing. You're getting to a comfortable position, not too far away. Cats usually like to play far away because a lot of times, especially on melee monsters, that gives you just a lot of free damage. Nargacuga is not going to give you that though, so you might as well just get in close. Not too close to where the tail slam or the tail sweep is always going to hit you. There is a sweet spot. But even if so, it's a slow enough attack and it's telegraphed well enough that you can dodge it. Did a pounce there. I think we're fine to move to the left here. Throw a boomerang. He's going to do another one off to the right. Actually, he did the right one first and the left. I'm looking at it from his point of view, and that is not really how I should be calling this out. Couple of boomerangs there into a evade shot. We'll throw a boomerang out. Just dodge that. Very nice. He's doing the pounce. Actually go under the arm. It is a fairly clean hitbox, so you can go under the arm sometimes. All right, we assume there's a pounce there, but it was just a bite, which is good for us. We'll throw a boomerang here, wait and see what he does. Looks like he's going back into enrage mode. It's very abrupt when he goes into enrage mode, so that's good for you to actually, you know, take note of that when it happens, because it'll cancel pretty much anything he's doing when he goes into it. It gives you plenty of time to actually throw your mega boomerang. I actually dodged into that. I'm surprised that didn't reach me. It is a very large tail, so, you know, it's interesting to see when it doesn't hit you when you think it did, or would. Here comes a tail slam into a sweep. Just dodge into that to be safe, get closer. He's going to do a little taunt animation. Every time he does the fake into the real one, he will always do the little taunt animation at the end. So if you do have a good position there, if he's aiming at someone else, try to throw your mega boomerang out if you have the chance. He did hit us there. He will apply bleed if you're hit enough by those wind blades. We're not really affected much by bleed because we can just soothing roll out of it and be fine. We don't have to crouch or anything. That is something hunters have to do unless they eat jerky. But even then, that, you know, is some valuable animation time that you have to deal with, where we just get it for free because we're invincible. Boomerang out. We'll dodge into the little scale shot there. Did a little right into the tail slam. I'm surprised that one actually hit me again. It is fairly large. It doesn't look like it's too large, but I think that's more or less just the effects of the move looking smaller than they actually are. All right, into a hot, probably a pounce. Yes. Counter him there. See what he does next. All right, an evade shot. Into a sweep. Couple of boomerangs out. You can break the claws, and that's what I was fixing to say. You can break the claws to get a knockdown. They're not taking terrible damage for, you know, what is on average terrible damage for Nargacuga or Silverwind specifically. A regular Nargacuga has some good hit zones, but Silverwind just really doesn't have great hit zones. But if you hit the forearms, you know, you're fine. Just try not to hit the blades unless you're just piercing through them to hit the head. You will eventually just get claw breaks just because you are having to go through them a lot of times in tough situations. Looks like he's enraged again. We'll throw a boomerang at that. Looks like he's going to pounce. Maybe. Nope, just a bite. We're fine with that. And since Red Helm, and we got the other claw break, that's great. Red Helm has just spawned, so we do need to be careful. Again, he is a melee monster, so we're going to have to try to keep him at range while we're keeping Nargacuga close, which can be difficult sometimes, especially when he starts to use the butt slams. This claw sweep is also fairly annoying because it has wide wind press range. All right, boomerang out. I did not notice the evade shot, so that was unfortunately bad on my part. Let's see what he does next. Here comes the sweep. We'll just dodge into it to get a little closer and behind him. That way he has to head turn to look towards us. There we go. Good. Do it again. Just dodge into the tail. He's actually going to do a turnaround hop. That's fine with us. Tail slam. That's not great. You saw that the wind press actually, you know, stunned me there. I could have easily been hit with the tail slam, but he was aiming at our cat anyways. Here comes the lunges. There was the butt slam. We're fine though. Don't want to dodge into the pounce. And this is an odd hitbox to actually try to run in between. Throw a boomerang out. See what he does. Just a left swipe. Boomerang into his face. Did an evade shot. Into another evade shot. Dodge into that there. Wide sweep. He was aiming at our cat, so I knew we could just kind of go off as far to the right as we could and be safe. A couple of boomerangs into the face. We get another flinch, which is good. Remember, Red Helm spawns whenever Silverwind is at 30% health, so we only have to chew through just a little bit more before Silverwind's down, and you always want to focus that first monster down first. That way we have the other monster for free. So I'm not really focusing too much on using Mega Boomerangs either, because we'll save those for Red Helm when we really need it, because Red Helm is not taking much, if any, Thunder Element damage at all. So we really need to, you know, leverage our raw whenever we are fighting Red Helm. All right. Silverwind is exhausted now, which is good. I probably could get a Mega Boomerang out now, but I think we'll be fine to just kind of keep at it. Again, I don't mind taking slightly slower pace whenever I'm commentating, as long as we're just staying alive. It's going to be more consistent than trying to be greedy with damage and then just getting swatted down for it. See what he does next. Okay, he's just doing a back hop. Red Helm is right next to us. Looks like he's doing a claw grab, and he did. So we'll just move away from it. There's a tail sweep. Remember, fairly large hitbox. Even if it doesn't look like it would hit, it will. And another thing to note is that Silverwind is larger than regular Nargacuga. That's just usually how deviants are. There's the butt slam being annoying. Just throwing off our dodge there. But in general, deviants are larger than the normal counterparts. So some attacks that you might think won't reach because of the regular monster not reaching you, they will reach you if it is the deviant variant. If you have just done, you know, G1 through G5 solo, and even, you know, for Silverwind and the other generations deviants all the way from level 1, you should get a good feeling for how big the monster usually is. And you might, you know, have some good rolls sometimes on the crown RNG where it is a smaller variant, which is easier to dodge and stuff like that. But sometimes, you know, you get a larger variant, which is even harder to fight. Here comes the sweep. Just dodge into it. You want to move pretty laterally if you want to position out of the way of the sweep. I do think that Adept is still better here, even though it is an Adept trashing monster if you don't know how to fight it correctly. And the Red Helm is really, he's just giving us some good old hugs. You're getting real close in here. He lacks any ranged moves, so we don't have to worry too much. But at the same time, we can just kind of forget about him, and that's not good to happen. You know, it's a very easy monster to just forget about because he's not pestering you with range attacks. I do remember particularly Silverwind Cross was not fun on the first play of it. And I believe that was like the first one we failed because of timeout. Well, I bended it, but still it would have timed out anyways. That was when I realized that you really want to just start closing gaps on Silverwind. Because if you don't, then he's going to play his game of just trying to stall you out with projectiles. All right, he did a spin there, so we're fine. Couple of boomerangs here. We'll throw one more. He's doing a hop. Yeah, we assume there was a pounce there because it was a sideways hop. See next, he's probably doing another one. Nope, into the sweep. Usually those sideways hops will combo into an attack. The worst one, again, is that pounce because it just comes out so quickly. Boomerang into the arm. That's right. All right, looks like he's going to pounce again. Yes. And as long as you say moving, again, Red Helm shouldn't be too terrible. It's when you get too comfortable. Wait, here, he's going to do the butt slam. I think we're out of range of it, though. Couple of boomerangs, and there goes Silverwind. Not even 15 minutes. That was about how the second Silverwind, or the third Silverwind, I guess, technically. The second version of the quest with the first Silverwind went. It was about 10 minutes. Very, very much faster than it is now, but I'm fine with that. All right, couple of boomerangs. Remember, Red Helm has an okay hit zone. It's better for ice if you have it. The stomach and the hind legs. Don't go through the rear. The rear is a terrible hit zone. Almost as bad as the claws. Not quite, but, you know, it's still not great. Of course, we'll pierce through it if we have to. And, of course, the head is the best hit zone, but it's covered by those claws, which are not good hit zones at all. You're going to bounce off of them if you hit them with melee attacks. And even if not, you're doing terrible damage to them. A couple of boomerangs at the stomach there. He's just doing a tackle there, so we're fine to get another Mega Boomerang out. This is a very simple monster to get a Mega Boomerang out on if he doesn't, you know, do the bear grab. The bear grab is terrible. I actually got out of range of the roar there, which is nice for us. He's just going to do the bear dab there. Actually dodged that. I'm surprised the wind press reached that far, but I really shouldn't be. All right. There's the butt slam. We actually have Go Fight Win again, so we'll look for another chance to use Mega Boomerang. Again, we're trying to leverage our raw attack here since we are not really dealing much element, if any. I don't remember the exact one. All right, we'll wait and see here. I'm going to be greedy here. I'll probably do a bear grab, won't he? Nope, butt slam. That's fine. I don't think that'll hit us, which is great. All right, we'll see and wait. So port gauge is back to normal, so we won't even worry about trying to do Mega Boomerangs until we get more gauge. We'll wait for our cats to respawn and maybe give us Go Fight Win for that. All right, boomerang out. Wait and see. Bear grab. Couple of boomerangs. He's doing the merciless bear claw. Doesn't actually end with him falling over like it does in stories, though. That's the dab. Couple of boomerangs there. Into another one. Bear grab. Oh, missed that boomerang, but we should be able to leverage the other one back into him. I'm using the word leverage a lot, even outside of context, where it's not really supposed to be used, but oh well. All right, boomerang out. Butt slam. Yeah, remember, I'm saving these for our cat to do Go Fight Win for us. Boomerang out, boomerang out. Butt slam. just dodge that in case that trimmer does reach us, but it didn't. Kind of go to town on him again. He's just a very tanky monster. It's not that he's particularly difficult, it's just that he takes forever to kill. All right, there's the bear grab. We'll throw one more boomerang out. He's going to do the bear claw. Ended it pretty quickly though, so we'll be able to just kind of attack him there. A couple more boomerangs here. Here comes the bear grab. We'll just go ahead, dodge into it, go back, use our piercing boomerangs. Couple of boomerangs here. We'll dodge into the tackle. Get right behind him, throw a boomerang out. He's doing the dab. Actually get hit by the wind press there. That's fine though. Okay, little greedy there. Should have just waited for him to attack. Here comes the bear claw. He did actually just ignore us, but then he aimed for you there. Okay, we are stunned. That's not great. Okay, we'll lose the acorn off of that. My bad. I should have turned the camera around, or at the very least target cammed him. That way we could have saw him turn around. I just didn't expect him to attack you that quickly, and it just got us comboed. All right, dodge into this. We're not going to let that happen a second time. That actually probably could have hit us, though. I'm surprised it didn't. Really likes to spam this attack sometimes if he's just really close in. Just dodge into the pin attack there. All right, here comes the dab. Counter that. Boomerang out, butt slam. Not the aerial one. Couple of boomerangs there. See what he does next. Bear grab. Good. 2 boomerangs out. Wait and see what he does. Go ahead and rev up a mega boomerang since he's attacking you here. Pierce down through there. He's going to go into enrage mode. Get at range where we're not affected by the roar. It's another monster with a not terribly long roar range. Wait and see what he does. All right, he's just doing the dab again. We're perfectly fine at range here. We're not even going to get hit by the wind press. There's the grab. Boomerang out. We'll actually dodge forward here. Yeah, he missed that one. You want to kind of throw off his tracking there because of that. Got double go fight win. Benkai lost his, but I think we're fine. We'll be able to throw this out. We'll take some damage in return, but I'm fine with that. We'll be able to heal it off immediately because we do have go fight win for free. All right, here comes the tackle. We'll dodge into it. Boomerang out. Here comes the dab. Boomerang out once more. Just a tackle there. We're fine with that. One more boomerang. It's going to butt slam, so we'll go ahead and rev up a mega boomerang. Unfortunately, right in time for our support gauge boost to run out. So we'll go ahead and rev up a long one there. That way he has enough time to turn into us. I actually missed the wind press there, so that's fine with us. We'll be able to get some damage off. All right, boomerang out here. It's going to butt slam. Boomerang out. Ooh, he's very close to us, so we need to be careful. Remember, attack those hind legs, not the rear. You can leverage it a lot of times. Saying leverage too much. You can manage it a lot of times. But sometimes, you know, it's easy to forget. Because they're in very similar spots. Boomerang out. Bear grab. Boomerang out again. All right, he is exhausted. We do not have go fight win, and we probably won't get that again for a while. So we're just going to go ahead and attack with a mega boomerang there. It's going to reach out and try to grab us there, but we're fine. Into another one. 2 boomerangs will go for that. He's doing the bear claw, but he's just that much slower whenever he's exhausted. Actually dodge into it there. Unfortunately, you get caught by it. Again, that is an attack that completely dumpsters any adept ranged weapons because they don't, or they're not really able to get out of it in time. Specifically for cats, because your roll is not amazing. You cannot dodge out of it, and to actually get out of it quickly, you either have to use a support move, which you don't normally cost gauge, or you have to dodge. Or you have to attack, not dodge. Not dodge, not dodge. Bear grab, couple of boomerangs. One more. Try to close distance. We're fine with closing distance on Red Helm here because he is just a melee monster. So he doesn't have any wide sweeping moves either other than the dabs, which are, again, very, very, very telegraphed. So we can just easily prepare for that. There's a reach. He actually was not even in range of that. All right. Oh, I thought we were right under the arm hitbox there, but we were not. He lowers it down a little bit. All right. Looks like he's doing a claw. Okay, we're fine with that, though. He's going to stay down. Unfortunately, we got hit by the enrage. All right. He's going to enrage himself, but we're fine with that. Go ahead and rev this up. That, in theory, shouldn't hit us other than the wind press, but that didn't even hit us. So that's fine. Try to move that Mega Boomerang into him. We moved him into it, actually. We can't move the Mega Boomerang after we throw it. But you can lure the monster back into it if you have the enough aggro from him. Let me say it like that. Dodge into that. Boomerang. Probably could be maybe getting a faster kill time if we were going for the face, but this is a little bit more consistent. Especially with dodging. Because, you know, a lot of times the attacks just have him in such a weird spot where you're going to have to pierce through either the arms or the rear anyways. So I believe the damage is probably just more consistent on the hind legs and the stomach. Go for the face though. We'll try to do it up here though and see if it goes any better. We get any more flinches or whatnot. Alright. Just going to bear claw here. Yeah, he's not even aiming at us, so we're fine with that. I think we want to just go ahead and save bar gauge though. Little greedy there. Probably should have just not thrown that last boomerang, but it did work out for us. Boomerang's here. It's going to try to close the gap, but we're fine. That's not great. Yeah, a little too greedy. All right, we'll go ahead and heal. And I've got quite a bit of bar gauge here, so we'll try to use that. This is a bit greedy since he is looking at us, so he does not have to head turn, but he just got up. Unfortunately, we did just dodge a little too early there. All right. Too unsafe for us to actually throw a Mega Boomerang. So we'll wait for him to do something very long committal. That is not long enough, because he can just immediately turn to us and do a pin attack. That one, however, since he grabbed Benkai there, will be very good for us. And we'll actually get quite a bit of stuff to go off here. We get a flinch, which is good. We'll try to angle that into his face. Back up. All right, very good. He just finished that attack. Couple of boomerangs out here into the sweep. All right, 2 boomerangs out. See what he does next. Into the dab. Just dodge off to the left here. We still get hit by the wind press. So I probably could have actually dodged backwards and had a better chance there, but oh well. Here comes the pin attack. Just dodge into it. You can't block pin attacks. Remember that. All right, here comes the butt slam. He's actually doing it to Benkai there, so we're fine to actually rev up another Mega Boomerang. Very good. Dodge into the tackle there. Boomerang out. Back up. Back up. All right, we'll try. Yeah, we can't really do much there, unfortunately. All right, boomerang out. There's the reach. Or the claw, the swipe, however you want to call it. Dab. Boomerangs. Another one. Again, just moving to the right. Very simple. Don't even need a depth dodges for this. Here comes this. We're going to sheath since we're actually at range here. All right, he just did 2, so we're good. Do charge boomerang there since we're out of range of our regular ones, and we'll just do 2 regular boomerangs here. Here comes this one. We'll see how long it does it for. Okay, just 2. So we'll charge. Get ready to dodge. He's doing this, so we'll be able to Mega Boomerang since he's not aiming at us. Though we probably could have done it anyways, because I believe we're actually in a decent position. And there goes Red Helm Arzuros. So we're at the 25-minute mark. I believe this is the slowest so far. But fair enough, it makes sense. You know, when you commentate, it is slower. I've said this before. Okay, so what we're going to do, same thing we did last time on the Sacred Pinnacle. We'll go ahead and gather up some ballista ammo. That way we can just kind of get some of the part health off of Silverwind's legs at the start. Because he'll spawn in a perfect spot for us to do that. Gotta realize where we're at though. I am a little turned around. Normally he's killed over there. Next to that other stack of ammunition. But here he was not. He's killed closer to the ballista. Now we can carve Red Helm, and I believe I actually did. I have terrible short-term memory, I guess. And apparently I only got 9 ballast ammo. That's fine though. Actually, you know what? I think we have enough time. Go and get the 10th one, because we won't really have another chance to actually get any more. Okay, well, never mind. That was a bit greedy. I thought I had enough time, but I sat still for too long. So this will throw it off a little bit more, because before we would immediately just start shooting stuff at him, he should turn around. And this is at range to not be hit by the roar, so we're just going to keep doing this. I don't think we'll all get them all out, though. Oh, we get a flinch. That's good. He'll turn into rage mode really quickly here, though. Okay, good. If I can get off in time, I can dodge. I cannot dodge, though. Animation is just a little too long to get off the ballista. Okay, So remember, we're closing our gaps. Did a pounce there. Wait, see what he does. I'm not going to mega boomerang there, or big boomerang, sorry. Wait. There's the right sweep into the pounce. Is it the double one? It is the double one. Sometimes they'll only do one. Sometimes they'll combo the second one after a hop. Tail slams. Sweep. Yes, sweep. Actually, not even get hit by that. That's fine. So we want to wait to attack the tails whenever we do have a lot of bar. That way we can, you know, I don't remember the word for it. You know what? I'm not even going to try to finish that. What's it called? Not encapsulate on it. It starts with the N. Take advantage. We're just going to use the word take advantage. It's 2 words, but oh well. Couple of boomerangs out into the arm. Dodge that. That's fine. And a lot of Nargacuga's arm kind of attacks whenever he does the tail sweeps and stuff are still active hitboxes. Even if they would only flinch a hunter a little bit, you can still get your adept dodges off on that. So that's good consistently wise at the very least. All right, boomerang out into the face. Wait for the pounce. Ooh, little early. He does wait sometimes, so it does throw you off. All right, he did a turnaround hop. We'll see what he does next. All right, tail slam into another one or a sweep. All right, that's the sweep. Little late on the dodge there, but it's fine. Or actually a little early, not a little late. We pressed the button too early and it could have ended before we got to it. All right, good. He's just pouncing right now, so we'll be able to counter that. He's trying to get distance on us. We're not going to let that happen. You see how quick that's going. We'll see if he pounces after that. He's not. Yeah, he's just doing his little spike bomb volley into the air. This should not reach us because we are behind them. They cannot lock onto you if you are actually behind them, unless it's already locked onto you in the air. Then it will chase you behind them. There's a right sweep. That's good. Boomerang out. He's just going to bite. That's a very safe attack for us because it doesn't have a lot of reach. His arms are still a hitbox during the bite, though, so you can dodge into it if you have to. All right, we'll throw a charged boomerang out here. Probably should have just kept closing the gap, but we're fine. Couple of boomerangs out. All right, that's fine. He's doing another evade shot. We'll see if he does a sideways hop. It was actually a hop. He's not comboing it with a pounce, though. He did the left sweep. He's doing another left sweep. Throw a couple of boomerangs there. Only hit one. That's fine. Boomerang out. There's a right sweep, but we cancel it with a flinch, so that's nice. All right, we'll go ahead and apply our piercing boomerangs. Comes the spike volley into the air. Go ahead and slide into the arms here. He's going to do a head turn into you there, so we know he's attacking him. Dodge there in case he did a pounce. He did not do a pounce, though. We get another flinch. So that's nice. Do a spin. Not quite breaking the arms yet. That's fine. And we need to remember we're saving that for, you know, better DPS opportunities in the future. I'm not immediately just going to do it, even though you can hit him with the Mega Boomerang after the roar. Or during the roar, because, again, he doesn't have a terribly large roar range. It's still better to, you know, get a stockpile. That way you can use it whenever he's exhausted or something like that. All right, good. Just a left sweep there. Easily just walking under it. Here comes the right sweep. We'll do the same thing. That's why you don't want to have, or you don't want him to have a clear line of sight on you, because that will hit you if he has that clear line of sight. All right, a couple of boomerangs there. 2 more out. See what he does next. He cannot change the position of the shot after he has started the animation on that. I do believe he can do it if he's doing the wide sweep there, but the regular just diagonal sweeps, he cannot change after he started the animation. So that's why you don't want to have a clear line of sight. All right, we'll wait. Dodge into that. Throw a boomerang out. Here comes an evade shot. We'll throw a boomerang here. We'll wait for the evade shot to hit us. Actually going under it with the iframes we got from the dodge, which is good. Here comes the wide sweep here. Again, we're trying to close distance here, so he has to head turn. Remember, he does the taunt animation after the fake into the real sweep. We'll call it the double sweep. That way, you know, it's more simple to understand that way. Because it's not a fake sweep. It is an actual sweep. It's one of the diagonal ones, but it doesn't shoot a shot out. And it also is not terribly large or difficult to avoid. All right, there's the wide sweep. He's going to do the taunt. I think we'll actually start chewing away at the leg health now. All right, spike shot. Here comes the pounce, but unfortunately we did just get above the evade shot. Focusing too much on the pounce and less on the actual shot coming down on us. All right, he didn't do a side hop there, so we'll be fine to just keep attacking. Bounce on that claw though, unfortunately. Alright. There goes that. Boomerang out. Get a face break. That's nice. It's a fairly simple face break, similar to young Garuga and probably Deadeye whenever we go off that. Alright, wait. I'm gonna get hit by that, unfortunately. He does a lot of damage too. Even though we have the maximum defense we really can have at the time, you know, it's still not great damage we're taking. Of course, if you have a guard cat or something like that, you'll be taking less because they have naturally higher defense. But, you know, for armor, this is the best we can get raw defense-wise. Unless there's some just niche option, but I don't believe there is. I believe White Fatalis is the same. 294 and 166. All right, wait, see what he does. Oh, again, it's a very interesting attack because it is still kind of a fake out. You don't think it will hit you, but it will actually hit you. And you get used to sometimes being out of range of it and just not dodging into that. And you're focusing so much on the second swipe that the first swipe doesn't cross your brain, but it can still hit you and it can still deal a massive amount of damage to you. We'll wait and see what he does next. All right. He's just biting here, so we'll be able to actually attack the arm there. And we'll start chewing away at that arm's health. Unfortunately, it's not Barioth where he starts to trip every time he jumps. That would be an interesting actual mechanic, though, if they gave it to Silverwind here. Slow him down a little bit, but he only really trips whenever he's exhausted. We'll wait, see. Bit gritty here, especially because we are at range, but he'll just do a wide shot. It's very easy for us to dodge into that. He's going to taunt, go for the face. Actually go for a charge here and see what he does next. 1, 2. And remember, the blade is delayed the further you away, or the further away you are. And that's just, you know, how hitboxes work. It's not terribly high shot velocity or a terribly high shot velocity. So you do have to keep that in mind. Oh, that's the slower pounce. Thankfully, it still is, you know, perfect enough for you to get another dodge off in time. But still a bit scary when he just waits. All right, here comes this. I believe, yes, we'll be fine to do this. He should taunt afterwards, too. Maybe get another arm break? No, we get a flinch there, but that's fine. It should be pretty low on health, though. All right, let's see what he does. Go ahead and sheath and get closer to him. Move laterally here, that way we can get closer. Without taking damage, we will dodge into that because the physical tail will hit us. We'll see what he does next. Go ahead and sheath. Double pounce, that's fine. We can deal with that. Actually, triple pounce. Was gonna dodge into the tail sweep there, but we get a flinch, which is nice. Didn't mean the soothing roll, but honestly, I think that's fine. He's gonna pounce here. Never mind. He did the side hop into an evade shot. But I think you can see here that his whole playstyle is just trying to kite you. Which, you know, you can fairly easily avoid just by getting close to him and behind him. But he can still do some quick turnaround attacks. Like you saw there, he wasn't looking at us, but he immediately pulled that out. Broke the other arm, so that's good. We were able to pierce straight through to the face here and get some good damage off. All right, he's getting enraged too. That's great for us. I believe we're, yes, perfect range for this. Get a little bit more hovering in the face before it, you know, goes to the body, which is not good. All right, good enough. Couple of boomerangs here. We'll actually spin as he turns towards us. Evade shot into a sweep. Unfortunately, Benkai did, or actually you got hit, but Benkai is still go fight winning. Unfortunately, it's a little too late for that because we've used almost all of our bar, but oh well. Actually, will, you know, help us whenever we reapply our buffs, though, so that's good. Big boomerangs is going back up. We'll see what he does next. Just biting. Be able to counter that. Get a good flinch. Couple of boomerangs there. Go to the left. Evade shot. All right, he's not really doing anything here. There's the pounce. Did not press B quick enough, though. Have a tendency sometimes now to just hold R and try to block before I dodge, but that's not the most effective thing in the world. And a lot of times it ends up with me trying to wait for the block animation to actually dodge. I mean, you don't really have to do that. Yes, when you see the block animation, you know for sure that you can dodge, but it's still not great because you can dodge earlier sometimes, and you want to be mashing the B button whenever you are just being targeted like that. All right, sport gauge is back to normal. That would be where Diva would be nice because it would give us a little bit more time on those go fight wins from our cats. You saw there how big the actual evade shot hitbox was. It's very odd. I wish it was just as large as the shadow. That way you knew exactly how to dodge, but you know, not always. Silverwind is now exhausted, so that's good for us. He's gonna trip over. Okay, he's not quite ready to do the little slow animation yet, so we'll wait. He should do it now. After he taunts, come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we'll be able to get a couple of these off actually. Come on. It's not a very long exhaust animation like Bolt Reaver is, but it's still good. His exhaustion does last a little bit longer than Bolt Reaver's though, which is nice. We need to reapply our piercing boomerangs as well. We'll see what he does here. Remember, he cannot do his ranged attacks now, which is great. This is a great opportunity for you to, you know, kind of play at range if you want, but it's still better to just get close to him. That way his kiting attacks aren't as effective. All right, a couple of boomerangs there. He's going to hop back here. This is a bit dangerous because he can just lunge out of it. He did not, though. He can still do the spike shots there, but that's more similar to regular Nargacuga. And, of course, the physical hitbox is still a thing, too. He did that shaking off animation, I believe. Yes, that always means he's fixing to go back into his enrage mode because he's done being exhausted. Not really sure how that works. You know, if I'm exhausted and I just stand there for a second and shake it off, I'm still tired, but I'm not a Nargacuga, am I? Yeah, oh wait. See what he does here? Yes, did the side hop into the pounce. That's why we dodge for those. Here it comes again. Alright, he's just doing the one though. Comes out the evade shot. See how big? I'm very surprised that that hitbox is actually that large. This really does not look like it should hit you at that range. I know it kind of explodes, but still. 1, 2. Boomerangs at the arms and the face too. As soon as we can, we get another flinch, which is nice. A couple of boomerangs there. We'll wait. Into the swing. Yes, there we go. I do believe the pounce hitbox is actually active a little bit earlier too than it looks, which is great for your adept dodges. Not as good for other hunters that actually have to iframe through it, but for us, it's great. Tail slam into a sweep. Yes. Very good, and we can actually throw a mega boomerang after this. It's still a bit sketchy. It's not consistent because he can just either move out of the way of it like he did there, completely position out of the way of it with a side hop, or immediately attack you out of it, because he didn't focus us there. He focused our cat, which was good for us, but we can't always bank on that. All right, here comes the doubles. Sweep. Just try to position in an awkward position for him. Get another flinch. That's nice. You see we're getting decent amounts of flinches, though. Get another one. Not another flinch, but another dodge. He did the little jump turnaround into the second pounce you saw there, so showing how he can combo that. This is the taunt animation, so we get to punish him. Dodge into the left sweep. Boomerang out. Wait here. Okay. He's just getting enraged. That's fine with us. Try to angle that into the face there. Hopefully he doesn't move too quickly. He will, though. If it hits the tail, it's whatever. It's not, the tail is not a good hitbox even whenever it's spiked out like that. You will bounce off of it regularly. And, you know, even if it is, I don't believe it's a hit zone or a good hit zone at the very least. It's not always active anyways. All right, we've got 10 minutes left. Should be fine though. Again, this isn't as bad as Red Helm because we're not fighting a furious rushing as well. And we're not forced to focus the melee target first. We actually get the stronger target first, or the weaker target first. Let me say it like that. The easier to avoid target first. So, you know, if even then it would have still been annoying. Red Helm G5 is just not fun. All right, we're fine. Did kind of let all of my buffs run out though, unfortunately. So we're going to be a little slow here. We can get a little closer to try to physically avoid attacks. Unfortunately, if we do try to throw boomerangs there, we're kind of out of luck. Because he does have some pretty quick animations. All right, we're good. Should be out of frame for that. Try not to dodge the first tail slam. It can be a bit sketchy sometimes. His tracking is oddly good sometimes and oddly bad some other times. Just depends on what direction you're holding, because he does try to lead his shot a little bit. Dodge into the bite. We're fine. The buffs are back up too, so that's good. Boomerang out here. Maybe he'll jump into it. He'll walk, but it won't quite reach it. 2 more boomerangs there. Is he going to turn around, look away from us, so we get a good chance that will hit us? I was debating on whether or not it would actually hit us. It did. All right, here comes the spin. Just get right out of the way of that. He's gonna taunt. So remember, we can just go for the face. He's gonna go into enrage mode now. We're gonna wait. We're not gonna use our Mega Boomerang yet. He should be somewhat close. Not sure, you know, quite maybe 5% yet. Though in theory he should, because we are doing some decent damage to him. We're keeping the onslaught up at the very least. Dodge with him here. That way you can't really close the gap too quickly. But you see, he's always trying to just jump away from you whenever he does his attacks. Here comes the sweep. We'll just dodge into that since we were running out of space to move laterally. Go ahead and spin into the arm here. You can get natural chips quite a bit too, just because you're piercing through him so often. All right, good. Boomerang's here. We'll actually spin into the face. Be a little greedy. He's going to pounce. So we're good. Boomerang out. Dodge right. Wait for the telegraphed pounce. I mean, technically they're all telegraphed because he does a specific move before them. All right, good. The boomerang's out there. Only hit one. Did a turnaround hop into the tail slams. And it's just the tail slams this time, so we're fine. I'm expecting him to go down any second now. All right, here comes the hop. Good. Here comes another one. Always just safe to assume that when he does that specific hop animation. There's a quick tail sweep, but we're fine to dodge into it. The right sweep, since we were on his right side, or technically his left side, but according to us, it was his right side. We gotta go fight win now. Maybe look for some good opportunities where he's going after our cats to attack him. We'll just actually attack here. Try to stay at range, make sure that won't hit us. There we go. Oh, we actually dodged that just completely, positionally. Dodge into that. Good. And he's gonna knock your cats out a lot, just because those ranged attacks really don't have a limit on their range. So your cats are going to be in the crossfire most of the time, and that's not great, but you can't really control them. All right, good enough. Ooh, this is a bit greedy, but I think it'll maybe work. Oh, wait, hold on. Try to lead it off there. Get a flinch, that's nice. I'm not gonna throw another one though. Gonna try to play it safe. We have this in the bag just so long as we don't die. I could have actually revved that up though, since we were far enough away. Gonna lose Palico Rally off of that though, but it's fine. Wait and see what he does here. Yeah, we're fine. As long as you dodge into the first tail slam, you should be good to just dodge the physical hitbox on the second tail sweep. This should finish it if he doesn't jump out of the way. Never mind. Okay, he has a little bit more health than I thought. Flip him. Good. Gotta go flat win again. All right, good enough. Sweep. Just staying under him here. It's a fairly safe space to stand. Okay, that's fine. We'll take the bite. Turn around. Throw the boomerangs at him. Okay, we're getting a little greedy. And I'm just trying to finish this off. I'm gonna heal. We've got our free soothing rolls. Our cat's gonna give us a true health horn. Look down on the bottom left to see what that was. It was a health horn of some sort. We're gonna lose our Palico Rally again. He keeps trying. He's not allowed to do it. Nargacuga is being very mean to them. All right, 5 minutes left. For sure, we should have plenty of time to finish him off. He should be right at the end here. All right, we're fine. Good enough. And this is why I do these beforehand. There you go, Bing guy. Good job. That way I know kind of how it's going to go when it's not just a blind shot to see, okay, well, are we dealing enough damage or not? You know, I get a good general idea of how long it is going to take. Usually it will take a little bit longer, but, you know, just got to get good. There we go. There is Silverwind Nargacuga G5. Probably going to be the worst, honestly. I don't see any others going this terribly. Like, Red Helm was worse, obviously, but Red Helm isn't as hard to fight. The worst part is Furious Rajang, which there's only one of them. So once you take that out, it's just a Red Helm for 30 minutes or something like that, which isn't fun, but it's, I want to say, easier than this. Once you learn Silverwind, it's not too terrible. This is the best we've done so far acorn-wise, because we only lost one acorn, which is fine with us. Either way, I carved him up, and I'll go ahead and meet you back at base. All right, let's look at the armor first, and then we'll look at the weapon. First things first, the armor, it is 162, so it's going to be the same as, I believe, Crystal Beard. and other middle tier deviants. Not terribly great. You have a fire weakness and a thunder weakness. I'm surprised fire weakness is actually there. Doesn't really make much sense, but okay. And then you have some okay resistances. It's not really stand out because it is just with the bulk of the other deviant armors having, you know, 290 on the body and stuff like that. So the weapon is the better of the options. However, and this is a weapon that's used quite a bit, it's okay. Purple sharpness and 184 boomerang attack. It's not a melee weapon at all, only 167. So this is an okay weapon to use for boomerangs, especially crit boomerangs, as you're going to get fairly high crit from it, especially if you have weakness exploit. You should be reaching 100% crit most of the time. This is specifically for raw, and there will be another good raw weapon later on. And the only reason you would use this one over the other raw weapon you get is because of the mega boomerang you get from it, since it is a cutting. The other one will be it'll be the bloodbath hammer, and that one will have a bit of negative affinity, but 228 raw and white sharpness, and some defense as well to go along with it, just to add on top of it. That one's generally considered to be the better raw option of the two, even though people use this a lot. And again, it's okay. It will be dealing more mega boomerang raws. So yeah, you'll generally be using the bloodbath for raw anyways. This one again hinges on crit quite a bit. And if you are for some reason using crit boost, this one will be better because you'll be critting more because it has positive affinity and quite a bit of positive affinity, I believe 30%. But in all other categories, it just kind of is outclassed by other things. And especially if you're using element, you know, they're going to outshine this too. So if something's not terribly weak to element, you can use it, but there are other better options. Either way, there we go. Another deviant down. We are getting quite a bit through them. And I did neglect to mention first that we did reach level 99 at one point. It was actually quite a while ago too. So now we are at the max level. Still not terribly great stat wise, but that's just kind of the hand we got dealt in Generations Ultimate. We're actually at 118 HR too, which is pretty nice. We're fixing to go up to 119. We still have a few more deviants we'll have to unlock. And again, just in general, for the deviants in G rank, you'll have to do a standard quest with the regular monster in it, and you'll unlock the quest for it. A couple of other things to note is that the specific traps you'll need for each monster. For Silverwind, you will need a shock trap, as you can use a pitfall trap, but only when it's enraged. So it's more consistent use the shock trap, as you know, he's not always going to be enraged. I believe Deadeye is the same. When it's enraged, it will fall into the pitfall trap, but not whenever it's not enraged. Stone Fist and Rushed Razor, which we'll see later, do not fall into pitfall traps either. They just completely ignore it, actually. So you'll have to use shock traps for them. Thunderlord Zinogre, I believe in general, he cannot be affected by shock traps, though it might only be when he's charged like regular Zinogre. It's better to just use a pitfall trap anyways, because he can fall into those at any point. And I believe that's it for now. I don't believe there's any other special ones. I believe Bolt Reaver is actually affected by shock traps. Even if he's not when he's charged, just use the pitfall trap. Pitfall trap is going to be better in general. They're both the same cost, and pitfall trap lasts for longer anyways. So if you want to go ahead and do the the shock trap monster specifically first, go ahead and do those and then switch to your pitfall trap. But we kind of did it weird. Now I shouldn't have to worry though, because there's only 2 if Bolt River is even immune to shock traps at some point that you'll have to worry about. So shock traps are better for the general population, but pitfalls are going to be more effective for more monsters. Either way, there we go. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider leaving a comment below and maybe even consider subscribing. Until next time, bye.